Boulder's top stories this week. The city analyzes its flood risk, U.S. Census releases Boulder population totals, and the city upgrades its alternative fuel pumps. Hi, I'm Natalie Wood. The 4 Mile Canyon and Dome fires may have occurred months ago, but city and county staff have been working since then to prepare for potential impacts this flood season. While flood danger is expected to be highest in the burn zones themselves, City Council learned Tuesday night that the city faces a higher flood risk than usual this spring. 6 studies have been completed on the fire's potential impacts. 4 of them included hydrologic analysis. The increased flood risk to the city is dependent on whether a storm occurs over the burn area, how intense the storm is, and how long it lasts. The heightened flood risk could last 2 to 10 years, depending on mitigation efforts and vegetation regrowth. The city and county are working together to share personal safety and preparation information with the public. Community members can anticipate more flood warnings and activation of emergency sirens this year and more frequent pedestrian underpass closures. Property owners in the Boulder Creek or 4 Mile Canyon Creek floodplains who do not have flood insurance are encouraged to purchase it. Most insurance companies have a 30-day waiting period after the purchase of flood insurance, so March and April are the best times to buy this year. Those who have flood insurance should review coverage limits with their insurance agent. Boulder Creek will be murky and dirty after a thunderstorm in the burn area. This could last anywhere from a few hours to a few days. The city will be monitoring the water quality during these events. Fish and aquatic habitat are very adaptable and will likely not be impacted. There is no threat to the city's drinking water supply from the burned areas because these areas are outside of the city's drinking water supply source areas. The U.S. Census Bureau has released its official population counts for 2010. Based on the data collected, census officials placed Boulder's total at 97,385 residents. That number represents a 2.9% increase from the 2000 population count, a growth of 2,712 people. The city conducted additional outreach and coordination on the 2010 decennial census in hopes of a more accurate population count than in 2000. After remarkable efforts by the city and the nation to achieve a higher census return rate, 77% of Boulderites returned the census. The previous return rate was 75%. However, the city believes that the 2010 census count may still be too low. The city estimates Boulder's actual population to be around 103,600 people. The count can have significant impacts on federal funding. City staff is evaluating the census data to determine if there are grounds for challenge to the official count. The city has until June 1, 2013 to submit any challenge to the Census Bureau. While some of us were still in bed last Saturday, more than 150 people put on bathing suits and wacky costumes and plunged into the Boulder Reservoir. The event was organized by the Law Enforcement Torch Run and Special Olympics Colorado. Special Olympics supporters weren't alone in trying to make a difference. Other community members rallied in support of the Clean Air Act. Reporter Jennifer Jacobs was there as participants urged leaders to address pollution issues.
Over 175 people showed up on Saturday to protect the Clean Air Act. I spoke with Mayor Osborne concerning the issues.
The concern is that the current Congress is looking at some serious changes to the authority of the Environmental Protection Agency, and that there appears to be coming down the pike a real frontal attack on the Clean Air Act. It really struck me how hard we're trying here locally to be a good model and to be a test ground for what can local governments do right, what can small communities do well in terms of reducing carbon.
Micah Parkin organized the event, and as a mother of two, she is concerned about the quality of air and her kids' future.
We know that climate change is happening, and we know it's going to affect our kids. It's already affecting our planet, and it's serious, and we want to protect our kids' futures and their health as well. So that's my main motivation for being part of this.
One Sky is a collaborative national campaign working to grow and train a grassroots movement to tackle the global climate crisis and invest in building the clean energy economy of the future. And along with that, the City of Boulder is continuing its commitment to cleaner air. City employees can now fill alternatively fueled city vehicles more quickly and conveniently. Thanks to a grant from the Governor's Biofuels Coalition, biodiesel and E85 pumps are once again available at the city yards. A former diesel dispenser has been converted to biodiesel and one unleaded dispenser to E85. 53% of the city's fleet is now alternatively fueled. That's it for this edition of Inside Boulder News. You can connect with us on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. I'm Natalie Wood. Stick around for more Inside Boulder next.